Good morning class 10A. I am Ms. Seshu. This is video number 6. Our topic is organisms and their environment. In this, we are going to take a subtopic nutrient cycles. The references are in the course book, page number 271 and 272. So here our today's nutrient cycle is called nitrogen cycle. We know that air is a mixture of gases. In this mixture of gases, the nitrogen is the main gas, that is about 78% of nitrogen gas is in the air. That means 78% of nitrogen is present in the air around us. These nitrogen molecules are made up of two nitrogen atoms joined together as N2. We write the symbol as N2. And also living things need nitrogen to make proteins. These nitrogen molecules are very inert, which means that they will not readily react with other substances. And also we have already learned the uses of nitrogen in our daily life, such as using as a gunpowder, and the nitrogen gas is using in the tires of aircrafts and also in the automobiles. And not only that, the nitrogen is using as a fertilizers for the plants. As we are talking about, the nitrogen is present in the air about 78%. That means plenty of nitrogen we have in our air. But this full of nitrogen cannot be used by the plants and animals directly. This should be changed into more reactive form, such as ammonia or nitrates. Then only the animals and plants can be used in their lifetime. Here in the picture you can see the nitrogen present in the air. Okay, this is taken by the plants, proteins in plants, and the direct nitrogen cannot be used by the plants. So what will be happening? That means here you can see the nitrogen fixation by bacteria in root nodules. Okay, under the soil, the roots having nodules, in that nodule having present a bacteria. That bacteria will change the nitrogen into ammonia. Okay, so this is the changing nitrogen gas into more reactive form is called nitrogen fixation. Okay, so if you see the picture here, this is the denitrification. That means nitrogen is given out into the air again by the nitrates and the ammonia in the soil. So like that, this is the process you can see here, and proteins in the animals. Okay, when they feed on the plants, that the ammonia taken by the plants, this is fed by the animals. That time this ammonia will be going into the animals and make the proteins in the animal body. After that, the waste of the animals and the plants will be decomposed into the ammonia, and the process called nitrification gives the nitrates and ammonia in the soil. Okay, and this ammonia and nitrates will be taken by the plants again, used by the plants again. Understand? So here you can see the nitrogen cycle, how it is taking place by what processes. Okay, so first the plant is eaten by the animal, that is consumption. Okay, the animals consume on the plants. So after that, the ammonification, that means the animals waste materials. Okay, animals waste materials given out by the process of ammonification, that NH4, here you can see this is the ammonium. In the process of nitrification, it will be released it will be turns into nitrates, nitrate ions. Okay, these are the nitrates NO2 and NO3. So by the nitrification, this will be taken again by the plants in the process of assimilation. And these nitrate ions and ammonium ions, this will be denitrification. That means in the process of denitrification, again the nitrogen gas releases into the atmosphere. When the atmosphere having a plenty of nitrogen in the form of fixation, that means nitrogen fixation. How the nitrogen fixation is happening? That means in the form of fixation means reacting with the oxygen which is present in the air and mixes with the rain, becomes a ammonia and reaches the soil again. Understand? Okay. So here you can see the lightning and artificial fertilizers. By the nitrogen cycle we are having, these are the artificial fertilizers. How we are getting? Sometimes when we have the rain, that time we can see the lightning also. That time when the lightning is forming, that lightning makes some of the nitrogen gas in the air combines with the oxygen. Okay, that oxygen will be forming nitrogen oxides. That means when the nitrogen present in the air combines with the oxygen to form nitrogen oxides. That means NO and NO2. That means nitrogen oxide and nitrogen dioxide. After that, this will be dissolved in the rain. When it is dissolved, these are washed into the soil where they forms nitrate ions. Okay, these are the nitrate ions formed by the oxygen and nitrogen when they form together and forms a nitrogen oxide and nitrogen dioxide. These two gases will be dissolved into the rain. By that it will be coming into the soil as a nitrate ions. These nitrate ions again used by the plants and trees, taken up by the plant roots. So now we are going to see how the artificial fertilizers are made. For example, how the ammonium compounds and nitrates are forming. In this you can see nitrogen and hydrogen can be made to react in an industrial chemical process forming ammonia. For example, the waste material by the animals or the dead animals' feces and urine, and also dead plant organisms. These animal or plant dyes, bacteria and fungi decomposes the body. The protein containing nitrogen is broken down to ammonium ions and this is released another group of bacterium called nitrifying bacteria. This is the nitrifying bacteria which converts the dead bodies and dead plants into the ammonium ions. These ammonium ions released into the soil which are used by the trees again. Not only by the dead plants and animals, also the nitrogen is present in the animals' excretory feces. Okay, so the nitrogenous waste material which they have produced by elimination of excess amino acids. It may be in the form of ammonia or urea. Again, nitrifying bacteria which is present in the soil will convert it into nitrates. Okay, the waste material of the animals also giving nitrates by the nitrifying bacteria which is present in the soil. So, the bacteria which completes the nitrogen cycle are called as denitrifying bacteria. This is the denitrifying bacteria which converts nitrates and ammonia in the soil into the nitrogen gas into the which goes into the atmosphere like this. The denitrifying bacteria which is present in the waterlogged soil, this is converting again it into the oxygen and releasing it into atmosphere. We call the bacteria which is present in the waterlogged soil is called denitrifying bacteria because they undo the work done by the nitrifying bacteria. And also you can see from the atmospheric nitrogen taken by the blue-green algae. This is the prokaryotic living things. Okay. So the cyanobacteria are a special group of prokaryotes while fixing carbon from the carbon dioxide. Certain blue-green algae also can act a main role in the nitrogen fixation. This BGA, that is nothing but blue-green algae, can fix dinitrogen from the atmosphere and are called nitrogen fixing BGA. That means nitrogen fixing blue-green algae, including free living and symbiotic forms. This also helping in taking nitrogen and giving it into the soil, and there it will be transformed into the nitrate ions which can be again used by the trees. And the nitrogen fixing bacteria lives in the soil or root nodules of the plants. Here you can see nitrogen fixing bacteria in humus and in root nodules of leguminous plants. Here you can see in the picture nitrogen fixing bacteria that lives in the root nodules of some plants that belongs to the family Leguminaceae family. So such as for example the Leguminaceae family plants named like peas, beans and clover. One kind is called rhizobium. The bacterium known as rhizobium. Rhizo means root, bium means living. That means the bacterium which is living in the roots, we call it as a rhizobium. But no need to remember the name of that. It's okay. And they use nitrogen gas from the air spaces which are present in the soil and combine it with other substances to make ammonium ions and other compounds. In this manner, these will be helping the plants by taking the ammonium from the soil. So by this we have understood that how the nitrogen is important for the living things. So now open the notebook and draw a rough diagram for the nitrogen cycle, this one. Okay. Pause the video and draw this diagram in the notebook. After this, you take down this reactions and the processes names same like this in the notebook. Okay, that's all for today. Meet you in the next video. Thank you.